Have you ever found yourself holding the newspaper a little farther away than usual? Maybe squinting at a recipe you've read 100 times before, or blinking at the TV wondering why the screen suddenly looks a little hazy? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common things I hear from folks in their 60s, 70s, and even beyond. You wake up one morning and suddenly the world just doesn't look as crisp as it used to. And no, you're not imagining it. That blurry, cloudy feeling in your eyes, that isn't just getting older. It's your body trying to tell you something. And the good news? There's a lot you can do about it, without expensive treatments or scary surgeries. Today, we're going to talk heart-to-heart about why your vision may be getting a little fuzzy and what simple, practical steps you can take, starting today, to clear things up. I'm not here to scare you with worst-case scenarios. This isn't about eye diseases or complex procedures. This is about 5 very real, very common reasons why your eyesight might be fading, and how to gently, naturally, and affordably bring back more clarity. So, pour yourself a cup of tea or settle into your favorite chair, and let's talk. Not as doctor and patient, but as friends who care about living well, clearly and comfortably, for many years to come. Now let me ask you something you may not have considered before. Have your eyes ever felt dry, tired, or strangely irritated, even when you haven't been doing much? Maybe you thought it was just allergies or too much TV. But here's the thing. One of the most common reasons seniors start to experience blurred vision has nothing to do with your glasses or your retina. It starts with something much simpler: moisture. Yes, moisture. As we age, our bodies start to slow down in all sorts of ways, and that includes the production of tears. Now, I'm not talking about emotional crying, although goodness knows we've all had our share of that. I'm talking about the thin layer of moisture that naturally coats and protects your eyes all day long. When you're younger, your tear glands work like clockwork, keeping your eyes fresh, clear, and comfortable. But over time, that steady stream becomes more like a trickle, and the surface of your eyes can start to feel gritty, dry, or just off. Here's the tricky part. Dry eyes don't always feel dry. In fact, they can feel watery. They can feel irritated or like something's in them. But that subtle dryness messes with your vision in sneaky ways. The tear film on your eyes is what helps light enter properly and focus clearly. When that film breaks up, light gets scattered, and that's when things look foggy or blurry. Almost like someone smeared your glasses with lotion. Now, before you run to the optometrist thinking you need a whole new prescription, hear me out. There are a few simple things you can do at home that can make a world of difference. First and foremost, hydrate. I know we say that a lot, but truly, drinking water is one of the best favors you can do for your eyes. Your whole body needs water to function, and your eyes are no exception. Even being mildly dehydrated can affect tear production. Second, consider using over-the-counter eye drops, what they call artificial tears. These are not fancy or expensive. In fact, you can get them at any drugstore. But look for the ones that say preservative-free on the label, especially if you're using them more than a few times a day. A couple drops here and there can refresh your vision, soothe irritation, and bring back that smooth, clear feeling you've been missing. Also, take a look around your home. Do you sleep with a ceiling fan on? Is your bedroom air dry? Do you sit near a heater or air vent? All of these things can make dry eyes worse. A small humidifier near your bed or even just moving your reading chair away from a draft can help. And don't forget your glasses. If you spend time outside, even just walking the dog or gardening, wraparound glasses can shield your eyes from wind and dust, giving your tear film a fighting chance. Medications play a part too. If you've recently started a new pill, especially for blood pressure or allergies, it's worth checking the side effects. Many of them can dry out your eyes without you realizing it. If your vision changed not long after a new prescription, don't hesitate to bring it up with your doctor. Sometimes, even a small adjustment can help your eyes feel clearer. Dry eyes may not sound like a big deal, but trust me, this one simple fix can dramatically improve how well you see. And when you catch it early, it doesn't have to get worse. Now let's talk about another reason your vision might be changing. One that sneaks up on just about everyone as they move through their 50s and 60s. You know that feeling when you're trying to read a menu and suddenly the font looks like it's written in ant-size print? You hold it farther, then farther, until your arm just isn't long enough. That, my friend, is called presbyopia. Don't worry, it's not a disease or anything dangerous. It's just a fancy word that means the lens inside your eye, the part that helps you focus, is getting a little stiffer with age. When you were younger, that lens was nice and flexible. It could easily adjust from reading up close to watching birds in the distance. But just like the rest of our bodies, it loses elasticity over time. And when that happens, focusing on close-up things like text messages, books, or even your crochet pattern gets harder. You might think you just need stronger reading glasses every year. And yes, glasses help. But there's more you can do than just chasing stronger prescriptions. For one thing, there are new kinds of glasses now, like adjustable focus readers or progressive lenses, that work better than the old-school drugstore kind. They let you see clearly at multiple distances without that hard line between reading and not reading vision. Even better, you can actually train your eyes to stay more flexible. It's true. One easy exercise is to look at something close, like your finger or a word on a page, and then quickly shift your gaze to something across the room. A clock, a photo, whatever you like. Then shift back again. Doing this for just a few minutes a day helps keep those focusing muscles engaged, like gentle stretches for your eyes. Lighting also makes a huge difference. Dim lighting strains your eyes more than you realize. If you're reading, sewing, or doing puzzles, make sure you've got warm, bright lighting that spreads evenly over your workspace. And don't be afraid to upgrade your lamps. There are some great options now with adjustable color and brightness that are easier on aging eyes. And here's one more tip that surprised even me when I learned it. Your posture affects your vision. If you're hunched over your phone or holding a book too close, your eyes have to work extra hard to focus. Try holding things at arm's length, with your head in a relaxed, upright position. You'd be amazed how much more comfortable that can feel. These may seem like small changes, and they are, but together they can make a huge difference. Because here's the truth. Your vision doesn't have to decline as fast as the calendar changes. With just a little awareness and a few new habits, you can keep your eyes sharper longer. So, if you've been struggling to see clearly up close, don't get discouraged. You're not broken, and you're certainly not alone. This is just your eyes adapting to a new chapter, and you've got more control over that process than you might think. Sometimes, the reason your eyes feel off isn't just in the eyes themselves, it's in your circulation. That might surprise you, but your blood flow plays a huge role in how clearly you see. You see, your eyes depend on a constant stream of oxygen and nutrients delivered by tiny, delicate blood vessels. These vessels are so small that even the slightest dip in circulation can have a big impact. And as we get older, our circulation naturally slows down. Blood vessels can narrow or stiffen, and blood doesn't always move as efficiently as it used to. You might notice that your eyes feel more tired, especially in the evening. Maybe they take longer to adjust when you walk from a bright room into a dim one, or you find it harder to focus after standing up too quickly. These are all subtle signs that your eye circulation might be a little sluggish. Now, the good news is, this isn't a life sentence. In fact, this is one of the areas where small daily actions really add up. The easiest and most effective way to support healthy circulation is to keep your body moving. That doesn't mean training for a marathon or hitting the gym every day. It means gentle, consistent movement that gets your blood flowing, Because when your blood moves, your eyes benefit. Even something as simple as a 10-minute walk after breakfast can make a difference. Or stretching your arms and legs when you wake up. Chair yoga, light gardening, walking to the mailbox instead of waiting for someone else to grab it. These aren't just errands, they're eye care. And then there's what you put on your plate. Certain foods are like fuel for your eyes. Omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon, flax seeds, and walnuts help keep your blood vessels flexible and reduce inflammation. That's a fancy way of saying they help your blood reach your eyes more easily. Then there's lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful nutrients found in spinach, kale, and even eggs. These help nourish your retina, the part of the eye responsible for sharp vision, and they also support the tiny blood vessels within your eyes. Try adding a handful of leafy greens to your lunch or breakfast. A spinach omelet. A kale salad with a drizzle of olive oil. Little things, easy swaps. And they don't just help your vision, they help your heart, your brain, and your energy too. Hydration is another unsung hero. When you're dehydrated, your blood gets thicker and moves more slowly. That makes it harder for nutrients to reach the eyes. Simply sipping water throughout the day, especially if you drink coffee or take medications, can improve how your whole body, and especially your eyes, function. You don't need to gulp a gallon at once. Just keep a glass nearby and make it part of your daily rhythm. And of course, if you're taking medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or anything affecting circulation, have a conversation with your doctor. Sometimes those medications can cause changes in your vision, not because they're harmful, but because they alter how blood moves through your system. A small adjustment, even just timing your pills differently, could ease that pressure on your eyes. Your eyes are not isolated. They're part of a beautiful, complex system. When you support that system with movement, food, water, and awareness, your vision becomes clearer. You start to notice the sparkle returning. You see detail where things were once fuzzy. You feel less strain, less effort just to see. Now, while we're talking about strain, let's talk about something that affects almost everyone these days: screens. Yes, even if you're over 60, chances are you spend more time looking at screens than you used to. Phones, tablets, TVs, computers, even smartwatches now. And while they've given us so much, they've also added a new kind of pressure to our eyes. You might be surprised to learn that one of the most common causes of blurry vision today, especially among seniors, is something called digital eye strain. It happens when we stare at screens for too long without breaks. And the reason this happens is pretty simple. When you're looking at a screen, your blink rate drops, sometimes by half. And blinking is your eye's way of staying moist and clean. So when you blink less, your eyes dry out faster, which leads to irritation, fatigue, and, you guessed it, blurriness. Think about the last time you were scrolling through pictures of your grandkids or reading an email that pulled you in. Hours can pass without you realizing it. Then you look up and suddenly the world feels fuzzy. Your eyes are trying to tell you they need a break. Now here's a great little habit that can help. The 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. That's it. It gives your eyes a chance to relax and rehydrate. You can even set a gentle reminder on your phone or kitchen timer to help you remember. Another helpful tip is adjusting your screen itself. Increase the font size so you're not squinting. Lower the brightness and turn on night mode or blue light filters. Most devices have these built in now. Blue light is one of the biggest culprits in eye fatigue because it scatters more than other types of light. That means your eyes have to work harder to focus. Filtering some of it out can reduce the strain dramatically. Lighting matters too. Watching TV or using a phone in a pitch-dark room makes your eyes work overtime. Try keeping a soft lamp on in the room so the contrast isn't so extreme. Your eyes will thank you for it. And don't forget your glasses. If you wear readers or progressives, Ask your optometrist about lenses that block blue light. These don't have to be fancy prescription glasses either. Many pharmacies sell affordable blue light filtering glasses that work well for screen time, even if you don't need a corrective lens. The important thing is to recognize when your eyes are asking for rest. If you catch yourself rubbing your eyes, blinking more, or leaning in too close to the screen, those are your body's gentle reminders. And the solution doesn't have to be complicated. A few breaks, some thoughtful settings, better posture, and suddenly that sharpness returns. Remember, protecting your eyes doesn't mean giving up the things you enjoy. It just means being a little more intentional about how you enjoy them. Whether it's checking the weather, watching your favorite show, or video chatting with family, your screen can still be your friend, as long as you treat your eyes like the precious gift they are. There's something incredibly empowering about realizing that your vision is not just in decline, it's in your hands. The choices you make today, the habits you build, and the love you give to your body, it all adds up. And the best part is, it doesn't have to be hard. Just like watering a plant or feeding a pet, your eyes thrive with consistent, gentle care. You deserve to see clearly. Not just because it's convenient, but because life is beautiful. The way the sun hits the trees in the morning, the way your grandchild smiles when they see you, the joy of reading a handwritten note or seeing the stars at night, all of that matters. And your eyes are the gateway to those experiences. So whether it's a stroll around the block, a few more greens on your plate, or taking a minute to look out the window after scrolling Facebook, know that you're doing something good for yourself. Something meaningful. Something lasting. There's one more piece to this puzzle, something that often gets overlooked because it doesn't start in your eyes at all. It starts with your meals. What you eat every day has a direct, powerful effect on how clearly you see the world. And I don't just mean a one-time veggie stir-fry or a vitamin pill here and there. I'm talking about the steady, quiet nourishment your eyes crave in order to function at their best. See, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing the nutrients we need. Even if you're eating fairly well, your digestive system may not be processing everything quite as thoroughly as it once did. And when your eyes don't get enough of the specific vitamins and minerals they rely on, things start to go a little dim, literally. Maybe you've noticed it gets harder to adjust to darker rooms, or the headlights at night seem extra blinding. Maybe small print is tougher to make out, even when it's well lit. Or perhaps everything just looks duller, less vibrant. You chalk it up to aging, but underneath it all, your body might simply be missing a few key nutrients. Let's start with vitamin A. This little powerhouse is essential for keeping the cornea, the clear outer layer of your eye, smooth and healthy. It also helps form the pigment in your retina that lets you see in low light. Without enough of it, your eyes can feel tired, dry, or just not as sharp in the evening hours. The good news? Vitamin A is easy to find. Carrots, sweet potatoes, and dark leafy greens are packed with it. Adding even a few servings a week can make a difference. Then there's vitamin C, one of the most effective protectors against oxidative stress. That's just a fancy way of saying it shields your eyes from damage caused by time and the environment. Citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, and broccoli are all excellent sources. They help prevent the buildup of harmful molecules that can lead to cataracts or cloudiness. Vitamin E and zinc also deserve a mention. Together, they support the health of your retina and help slow down age-related vision decline. You'll find vitamin E in foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, and avocados. Zinc can be found in beans, whole grains, and eggs. These aren't exotic foods. They're simple, accessible, and they quietly feed the most delicate parts of your vision. Now here's something many people don't realize. Supplements can help, but they aren't magic. You see, real food contains a combination of nutrients that your body recognizes and absorbs more efficiently. Supplements can fill in gaps, especially if you have dietary restrictions, but they shouldn't replace the foundation. Think of them like a helpful backup singer, not the star of the show. And while we're talking about nourishment, we can't forget water. It's easy to underestimate, especially if you don't feel thirsty often. But even mild dehydration can reduce tear production and circulation, two things we've already talked about as essential to clear vision. Make it a habit to sip water regularly. Keep a bottle nearby. Flavor it with lemon or cucumber if that helps. Just keep those systems flowing smoothly. If you're not sure whether your meals are giving your eyes what they need, try this. Keep a simple food journal for a few days. You don't need to count calories or weigh anything. Just jot down what you eat. Then look back and see how often vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats show up. You might be surprised. But the beauty of this step is that you'll see, in your own handwriting, where a few easy upgrades can be made. Swap white rice for brown. Add a side salad to lunch. Throw some blueberries on your oatmeal. You don't have to become a nutritionist. You just have to care. And by choosing to nourish your body more intentionally, you're giving your eyes the raw materials they need to serve you well for years to come. All this talk of food and movement and awareness, it might feel like a lot, but I promise it's really not. It's just a new rhythm, a gentler, more intentional way of living. And if you've stuck with me this far, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge that. You're already showing up for yourself in the most important way. So let's take a breath and look back. What have we uncovered? We've learned that blurry vision in our later years isn't just a random consequence of aging. Often it's a message, a sign that our eyes need a little more attention. Whether it's dryness from fewer tears, stiffness in the lens, sluggish circulation, too much screen time, or missing nutrients, the real power lies in what you do next. And what you can do is reassuring, because none of these solutions require perfection. You don't need to become an eye expert overnight. You just need to begin. Maybe it's drinking one more glass of water each day, or standing up and stretching every hour. Maybe you'll add spinach to your dinner tonight, or give your eyes a 20-second break after reading this. Each of these actions is like a vote for yourself. A small, loving reminder that your health, your clarity, your joy still matter. Because they do. And you are absolutely worth the effort. You know, there's something incredibly special about this stage of life. You've seen things. You've lived through ups and downs, raised families, built careers, overcome heartbreaks. And yet here you are, still learning, still growing, still asking how you can care for yourself better. That is strength. That is wisdom. That is beauty. So if your vision hasn't been what it used to be, let that be the beginning of a deeper relationship with your body, not the end. You're not broken. You're evolving. And the more compassion and care you offer yourself, the more your eyes will reflect that. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these tips felt the most helpful to you today? Is there one thing you're inspired to try this week? Maybe it's more walking, or maybe you're off to buy a new pair of blue light glasses. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your words just might encourage someone else who's on the same path. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to the channel Strong Elderly Life. We're here to bring you practical tips, gentle motivation, and the support you need to feel strong, healthy, and happy at any age. We have so many wonderful videos coming up, all designed to help you feel better, move easier, think more clearly, and truly enjoy this beautiful chapter of life. Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for caring for yourself in the quiet, powerful ways that matter most. Keep looking forward. Keep believing in your body. Keep trusting that small steps can lead to big changes. Here's to seeing the world a little more clearly and living your best life, one gentle habit at a time.